Well, good morning, good morning. We are getting ready for Coffee with Casper. It's 8:27. We're going to gong ourselves in at 8:30. Let me know where you're checking in from so we can say hi this morning. Standing by for here you're checking in. It's 8:28. Here's the Casper boy. You want to come up and say hi? Come on. Come on. Attaboy. There's the Casper boy. I got my coffee. I got my Casper. Got your good company in just a second. Let me know where you're checking in from. We're glad you're here. $8.29. Here we go. There's somebody checking in. Let me know where you're checking in from. And we're going to get started to spend our 20 minutes together. Okay, big boy. You can get down now. You can get down now. That's right. You can get down. You're a good boy. Okay. Well, good morning, Reverend Tricia from Moore Park. Trust you are feeling well. All things come and come to pass. All righty. We are live. It's 8:30. Here we go. We're going to gong ourselves in. I'm Harry Morgan Moses. This is Coffee with Casper. It's a gathering of light workers, remembering what we know and sharing it in the world. Here we go. Big deep breath in. We're going to take a big deep breath in. We're going to let out the sound ah. Okay, big deep breath in. Ah. And the gong is just reminding us that we live in a vibrational universe, that there's a tone coming from the sum total of our awareness, and that tone is reaching out into the world. Here we go. Big deep breath in. Relaxing the shoulders, and then bring that energy up into your heart center. And we're just going to hang out together for the next few minutes. Good morning, Chris. It was great seeing you Saturday. Also, good morning, Pam from Santa Rosa. Trish is here from Moore Park. We're glad you're here today. All righty. So, happy Veterans Day. Good morning. It is Veterans Day. We want to say thank you to all of those who serve and who have served. We're trying to serve an idea, a great idea. Hey, Loretta and Dave and Toby, nice to see you this morning. Casper was up here just a moment ago. He's out here to my right wandering around. He'll be back. All of that service is all about trying to stand for divine ideas, the ideas of liberty and justice and freedom and victory and equality and prosperity, and standing for that which points toward a higher order of being. Aloha from Honolulu, and nice to see you this morning. So I want to share a couple of things with you. That one of the things that's important to remember is there is such thing as a law of attraction. It's only one superseding law. Charles Fillmore, the founder of Unity, says, claim your identity under the law, your oneness with all, and rest in the everlasting arms of cause, which knows nothing of lack, which knows nothing of prejudice, which knows nothing of war, which knows nothing of violence, which knows freedom and equality and belonging. And there's only one of us here. Energy and matter are equal and interchangeable. Energy is all there is. Out of energy is birth form, and that which things, the Bible says the things which are made are not made of things which do appear. And what we understand as light workers in the world is that things that are made from consciousness. Consciousness is about the vibration that I'm sending out into the universe, the tone that's my creative energy, the soul of my own self, of what I'm choosing to vibrate, and vibrating that energy. That's why last week we talked about shower the people you love with love, right? That the universe is born out of this one transcendent law. And this transcendent law is one with the one. Love and law are together. They belong together. They cannot be separated. That which is love is responding to that which is love, and that's the law. And the higher the vibration of that love, which bursts all form, the higher the good that will come. That's why we say, when we begin to recognize that my consciousness creates my experience, we're going to know that the only power that knows itself is spirit. And since I know myself, I am, Ernest Holmes, the great philosopher from the last century, said, I am is the secret nature and the emblem of eternity. The spirit knows itself. The only thing that knows itself is spirit. I am. If I know that I am, then I must be one with that one. And therefore I cannot be separated from the law of the one. Claim your identity from being born in the one. Allow your oneness with all and rest in the arms of that. And it knows nothing of any kind of limitation. It knows nothing of anything that is unlike love. So, yet, because of law, we are free. Again, in the Old Testament, it says God made man upright, and man sought out many inventions. In other words, we were born in the law of harmony. Hey, Elizabeth, nice to see you from North Hollywood. We were born in the law of harmony, and harmony is our true and eternal nature. The impulsion for our existence is love, and so if we begin to fall back into the meta of our existence, that which is the I am that I am, and rely on that principle, we're going to see that principle build an environment that is harmonious around ourselves. No matter how far that environment goes out, that environment coming out that's harmonious from around ourselves, everyone who creates everyone's consciousness is making a contribution. And if we are conscious of the I am that I am and falling back into that principle and relying on that principle, and that's why we always talk about we have to have a spiritual practice. Daily I meditate, and daily I use the affirmations of my consciousness, the power of the word within me, to declare health, wealth, love, and success. I am that. Good and more good is mine. There's no limit to that good. And we must not get caught up in the waves of form. Well, here's Casper wants to come up. Come on. He said, what about me? You want to come up and say hi? Okay. We don't want to get caught up in the waves of form, because we're creating what those waves are to us. The world is creating stormy seas all around us, and the more we work on creating that which is near our circle, right, and allow that vibration of harmony to reach out, the more we create a positive change in the whole. We are making our contribution to the whole, and that's what we came to do. We came from the light, we put on a coat of skins, we came in the affirmation that we would make a contribution, and that we would remember to see through the mist, as Dr. Holmes said, to see through the mist into the eternal and changeless reality. As Dr. Holmes says, it's a wonderful experiment and a great adventure to make conscious use of the law, to feel that we can plant an idea in mind and see it gradually take form. Now, if our consciousness were so clear, good morning from South Carolina, Becky. Good morning, the talented Paul Fagan from Studio City. And good morning, Luz from Burbank. Nice to see everybody this morning. So when we start to see through that mist and then live from that I am nature, which is the secret, and the secret of nature and the emblem of eternity, spirit is the thing that knows itself. I know myself as one with the one. The more I clarify that, the more I demand that, the more I claim that. As I've shared with you many times, I do mantra meditation on a daily basis. And the mantra that I use is I am. not I am with an object, just I am. When I see turbulence in the world, I fall back into I am, because I am one with the one, that which is love and joy and peace and harmony. And that interaction, what is the attractor factor? What is going to bring my good to me? The answer to what's going to bring your good to you is your vibration. What is the tone? That's why we talk about slow down, vibe up, right? Spirit is the only power that knows itself. Slow down, calm down, vibe up, right? Meaning, I am that, and demanding the I am to reveal itself as love and joy and peace and harmony, so that health, wealth, and success and fulfillment, I choose to comfortably live my life and fulfill my purpose. Good morning, Arlen, from beautiful San Clemente. I choose to comfortably live my life. This idea that I need to suffer to fulfill my life purpose is not true. It has been born of a race idea. We were born into that idea. Some of us from the Western world taught that was the nature of reality, right? Where you were not born as less than, hey, Daz, nice to see you this morning. Thank you guys for bringing your great consciousness to our gathering today. I can feel it. You guys are light workers in the world doing and making a positive difference. But the attractor factor is your inner, what's causing the law of attraction to work for you, for that tone that's coming from you to create a positive outcome of health, wealth, love, success, and joy, right? The more that we can participate in joy, the more we can awaken in love, the more we can share that love in the world in very simple ways. The Dalai Lama, in all of his wisdom, says, I may be a Buddhist monk, but my religion is kindness, right? And the more we can share that vibration out in the world, the more it makes. I've been practicing an interesting thing in everyday living. Here, we've lived here, my wife and I have lived here in Topanga Canyon in the Santa Monica Mountains for, I think, 21 years now in a row. I came from these mountains further down toward Hollywood when I was growing up. But I'm still in these mountains, or returned to these mountains, and I've been here for these last 21 years in a row here in Topanga Canyon, right? And so I go to this bunch of different markets. I go to my dry cleaners. I go to a couple different banks. I go to a hardware store. And these places are familiar. I mean, in the local restaurants, I walk in, and they may not know me by name, but they recognize me because they recognize I am a neighbor. Jesus, in the Aramaic language, spoke as a neighbor, as anyone that you are mentally or physically aware of. They're your neighbor, right? So we are then putting out a vibration to our neighbors. So one of the things I've been practicing saying to people, and here in California, I'll give us some credit. Most Californians are optimistic, I believe. Most Californians are kind and very normal, and not just in California. It's all over the world. I know this. I know this for sure because I've traveled a lot of the world. Most people are used to saying "Have a nice day," right? Or you do a transaction, or they say, "Well, have a nice day. Hope your day goes well." And one of the things I've been, just to change it up a little bit, particularly when I'm in my own neighborhood, is when I recognize people and they're serving me, whether it's a cashier at the grocery store or somebody at the bank or what everybody else, I look up as I'm departing and I say, "Nice to see you." And it's funny. People they start to say, "Well, have nice." Well, it's nice to see you too. Right? Now, that's just a way of bringing kindness in the world, and particularly if you mean it. Like, you appreciate that these people have been in your world at whatever level, maybe not hanging out in your house, but they're in your world. They know who you are. They recognize you, and have a nice day, right? So we've been donating to the Topanga Symphony for a number of years, and now the people in the symphony, because we do my wife and I do the refreshment table, We make a donation and then we serve at the refreshment table, and and now the people recognize me there, and it's so interesting that people that you've seen for a number of years, now they're becoming more comfortable, and sometimes they'll touch me on the back or pat my chest or say nice to see you. I mean, what happens when you begin to extend yourself, when you start to shower the people you love with love? And now we're saying neighbor is anyone you're mentally or physically aware of. So you begin to practice showering the people you love with love, and showering the people who don't even know that you love them, because you're loving them at the level of you see the divine in them. That's what namaste is. The spirit of the divine within me notices the spirit of divine within you, right? And we begin to carry that attitude with us, and we carry it in our interactions with people, and we begin to see the effect of what it is to slow down, to vibe, to calm down, and to vibe up, right? We don't have to be always reacting to the human's miscreation, born of a misunderstanding of not seeing to the deeper reality. So what's really attracting things in your life is your inner recognition of reality is the attractor factor. So are you taking the time to start the day to know that you are one with the one, to know that you're an instrument of love, to know that you're a person on a mission to fulfill your life, to comfortably live your life and fulfill your purpose, and enjoy this gorgeous, beautiful planet that we have the opportunity to be a human being. Yes, human beings have not awakened to the inner reality. But for example, good morning, Candace from Palm Desert. Good morning, Carol Barber. Nice to see you this morning, right? So we are the ones who are making a change in the world, because whoever our coffee clutch is, however far that goes, we're making a contribution. And we can expand that contribution to recognize the interconnection of all of life, and to recognize that everyone is being drawn into your experience through the law of attraction, which in the bottom line is your ability to perceive the nature of reality underneath the underlying cause and the underlying power behind everybody's living beingness. I am animated by the one, in the one, as the one, with the one. You are animated by the one. The more you can see into that one, to recognize that it's a guarantee, right? It's a guarantee. The law is a guarantee. The universe, energy is not, you cannot destroy energy. It changes form. So the source of that energy must be intelligence, because we recognize intelligence in each other. We recognize intelligence in ourselves. And we're only seeing just a tiny little bit, a tiny little fraction of the intelligence of the universe. But when we begin to lean into that law, to know that we are connected in that law, to trust in that law, and to know that it is the underlying authority, the vibration coming from me, it's a vibrational universe. We've got to proceed to a higher order, to bring forth into the manifestation of the race mind, of the race consciousness, oneness, liberty, justice, freedom, equality, and prosperity, and a higher order of being. Heaven's first law is harmony, because it's guaranteed to last for eternity. Energy cannot be destroyed. When we begin to really, really demand from ourselves that energy come forth, we are beginning to change the world in a powerful way. Here's Casper. I'm Harry Morgan Moses. This is Coffee with Casper. We are gathering here in order to assemble light workers, to remind us what we've already learned in our adventure on the planet. If you find anything valuable, we have not asked for money. We don't ask for money. We ask for your participation in bringing the vibe up, in making your coffee clutch of friends and loved ones benefit from your wisdom, and that you're calling everybody into their own higher nature to bring that higher nature into the human condition. This is marvelous, to recognize that we are connected together in in this field of awareness, and that you can feel it now. How many of these names do you recognize that you see on Tuesdays, that you see during the week check-in, responding to this vibration that we're putting out collectively to call people up to their own knowing, to what something within them, something within us knows and knows that it knows, right? And we're taking the time to touch that place and to live from that place, from the inside out, that our inner recognition of reality is attracting good and more good and expanding good and higher good and deeper good and more powerful good into our lives. So all we ask you to do, if you found anything valuable in these 20 minutes, is share the video. Share it on LinkedIn, share it on YouTube, share it on Facebook, share it in your groups. We are now in this age where we can use this technology to actually help each other's light shine brighter in the world. The more of us that gather each day to help our light shine brighter in the world, the light comes and the darkness comprehendeth it not. The light, there's no war between dark and light. When there is light, there is no dark. That's just what happens. The dark gives way to that which is the light. You are a light worker in the world. Who you are is something wonderful. Who you are is something powerful. Who you are is someone deserving of all of your good and deserving to stretch that good, knowing that there's a greater good ahead of you than you've ever imagined in your life. Who you are is something magnificent. And until we meet again, I invite you to go in the light, as the light, and with the light. May the long-time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide you on your way. Come on up, Casper. I'm Harry Morgan Moses. This is Casper. Have a great and wonderful week. Shower the people you love with love. And hey, say it's good to see you. Good to see you this morning. We'll be back next Tuesday on Coffee with Casper. We'll see you then. Bye for now.